How's she going today, folks? Welcome back to Derby Kingdom. How's everybody doing? Derby's been lying over. I'm still waiting to post up one more video. I'm going to doing a bit of editing to it, but I think it's going to be the best one that I've hauled out of this Derby back on August 2nd. This is now 13th of September, I believe it is. It's been a while. I haven't really done much with it. But I'm going to start getting back at it now for a little bit. So where I'm to, pretty much for the most part, is this front end. Everything has been taken out. That last piece has almost been cut off. And man, oh, everything comes straight into that oil filter. He's busted. As soon as you start this thing up, this thing is leaking oil everywhere. I got to start joining some lines and looping some things because this, oh man. But she still runs, she still moves, she still drives, and I got my key back. Somebody had actually stolen my key when I was there. But like I was saying, 10 plus years ago, that would have been fine. People just used to get cars, beat them up, leave them there. A lot of people these days are taking them home because they're too expensive, or you want a quick build for next year, or you end up like something like mine. Like, she's not that bad a shape. She did run crappy if you noticed in my videos, and I'm thinking there was three reasons why that was happening. One, these things do not like heat. This is a 3.6. This is a 3.6 liter, and yeah, they don't like heat at all. So I kept getting signals on the dash that the car was overheating, and she ended up dying on me halfway through the first heat. Actually, no, sorry. Well, what we would say the second heat, I guess, of the compact cars. And then, yeah. Anyway, she started overheating a lot, so they don't like heat. What I'm gonna do I'm actually going to unplug the temp sensor. I'm gonna leave the temp sensor in the engine, and then I'm gonna get a dummy one to kind of just zip tie it to the block somewhere, I guess. Anywhere I can find a spot. So hopefully then she'll run a little bit longer. Hopefully that'll beat the whole heat problem. Obviously, like I said, I'm gonna have to loop the lines because the rats are just, yeah, there's nothing left of those. They're cooked. So yeah, we're gonna loop the lines there. Second, this thing is a 2012, so this thing has got more sensor and traction control and all this kind of crap going on. So I didn't take out any fuses in this car. Like, this body and mechanically wise, she was completely stuck. I never even touched any fuses. And I completely forgot about the traction control and the dash. And I think this is the reason why she would bog down. She would shoot up and then bog down and then shoot up again. So yeah, obviously that was another problem. I wasn't able to get any great hits, which was unfortunate. But it's not that bad. That's something else that we know now. And my last real, I don't know if you could call it a problem, but the aluminum. I'm thinking if it wasn't for the seat belts, this thing would have stopped completely, because every now and then it's almost like the car will come to a halt on its own. It's almost like everything would bind up, and then somebody would hit me, and then it would be fine again. And I'm thinking it might have something to do with this. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know these cars. This is my first one. I didn't think this thing was going to do anything at all. I didn't even think it was going to get as far as what it did, and then still be able to drive at the pit. So we're going to run with it. This is the best luck that I've had in a long time. Very long time, especially with the Camrys and everything. But now that I know I'm getting my fueling and all this other shit, figured out, I want to try a Camry again and do it right this time. Because I think that would definitely be a winner for sure. But we're gonna do a lot of body modifications to this now over the next couple weeks. I want to get the trunk squat right up, beat that works of that completely down. I'm gonna get rid of the seat belts that's on the car and weld it all back up solid again. I think what I'm gonna do up here for the front suspension, for the aluminum rack, I'm gonna take the seat belts out of it, or I might leave them there just for now, or just leave them there altogether. But I'm gonna try something different that I have never used before, but I think I'm gonna use 9-wire. I'm gonna 9-wire the sub to the body, and the same thing with the control arms. I'm gonna set it to the height that I'm allowed to have, and I'm just gonna 9-wire the crap out of everything. And yeah, we'll see how she goes. So I'm gonna get a lot of this stuff either stripped off the car, fixed and whatnot, because like I said, I can't even start it right now. As soon as you start it, she's pumping oil everywhere. So yeah, but I got some oil, I got a fresh filter and everything in the shed waiting to go on. I've been fighting with this the last couple of days trying to get it all apart. I got it all apart now, so now it's time to start fixing. So anyways, you guys stay tuned. Yeah, we'll turn this into a longer video. We'll see what we can get done with this thing and see if we can get it back up and running again. Anyways, stay tuned. Well folks, we pretty much got this front end almost straightened up again here now. I just got to cut that little end off and trim this up here, and we got to find ourselves a good bumper to put on the front of this. So I want some input, and let me know what kind of bumpers I think I should use. Like I've heard Bass 3s are really good. Apparently their front bumpers, they do pretty good, so I might try one of those with a bumper skin or something. I'm not sure, but these frame rails are starting to tweak up. I'm starting to see where these things are starting to break off to all the time, and I got a feeling it's either from this spot here or where the control arm meets, and when control arm drops, every bit of it just gets ripped out. But I can already see my body mounts, they're starting to get ripped out of place over this side. I'm pretty sure it's 10 times worse. You can barely see it there. It's all mangled, everything is all ripped. But yeah, my rad support and my K-frame and the actual frame of it, these 3 pieces is not attached right here. None of this is attached. So I think this is where I'm gonna try out the 9-wire too, because I can't weld to aluminum, obviously. I don't really want to change the shape of this too much because everything is being held together pretty much by these seat belts. So I think I'm gonna leave the seat belts there, and maybe we'll just wrap it 9-wire as much as we can. Try to keep this whole front end together. But yeah, I'm gonna loop my lines, which should do all right. I've got to join my transmission lines back together again, and probably have to top that off. But other than that, I think she's gonna be all right for the next one. We're still gonna do a load of work yet. I want to get my cage mounted. This is going to be mounted this time. And my seat bar, I'm going to get that welded into place. This, I never used the bracket and the derby this year, so I'm going to get that mounted. And the rear of this, I want to get this as tight as I can possibly get it. Yeah, pretty much, I don't know, like you used to see me do with the Camrys, just dish it. Like I did a tiny bit of a dish. It wasn't a whole lot, but I'm going to see if I can try to pull all this together. And I think that'll make that rear end a lot tougher. These are pretty strong cars, I must say. They're not bad. It's just a couple weak points is obviously the aluminum. Your header is not in a great spot, and neither is your oil filter. Other than that, they don't like heat. They don't like heat at all. And don't forget about your ABS fuses and stuff like that in your traction control, because this thing was going wild. I couldn't, in the derby, I couldn't figure out why. I'm not used to building these newer cars. This is a 2012. The newest thing I've ever ran close to this was my 2008 P71. And, well, that's old news, but if you go back and look, you can tell that thing never made it very far, because I was a rookie builder and just completely destroyed my engine. So anyways guys, this is it for today. I'm gonna see if I can source at a bumper. I got some steel wheels and some new tires to put on the front of this, because this one just got eaten alive. and they're aluminum, so I prefer not to keep them out there. So anyways, guys, keep building, stay safe, and until the next one, we're going to keep building this for the next couple weeks, and then she's going to be parked away for the winter. So anyways, guys, we'll see you on the next one. Well, we got the air filter, the oil filter off. I was literally hitting him with my oil filter. He's split there somewhere. Oh man. All right, we'll put a shitty old frame back on her, I suppose. There was a frame, but it was gold. It was a gold edition. All right, let's get this cleaned up.